Alright, so this is going to be a part 2, Salaki. So back to 2nd Ezra chapter 16, verse 21. Behold, victuals shall be so good or cheap upon earth, that they shall think themselves to be in good case. And even then shall evils grow upon earth, sword, famine, and great confusion. Alright, and that's biblical prophecy. Alright, which is going to be executed very soon. Alright, famine, death, judgment. Okay, it says evil shall grow, because why are we in the end times? Alright, and you know, it was 2020 was a time where everybody had it good. Alright, people were working from home. But I want to say everybody, but Babylon, man, was living fruitful. Alright, everybody's working from home, ordering in. No one had to spend gas or money as far as going out, because everything wasn't on lockdown. Alright, so you also had the stimulus packages, which is 2 of them. I would put bread in Jake's pocket and in Esau's pocket, and everyone in Babylon that paid taxes, and all that money. What it was injected in the economy. That's why everything got so expensive. Okay, but now we're starting to see the effects of, as far as the real estate market goes, on how just this has impacted the economy. All right, because it's waning. Now we're about to see how it's going to trickle down even further, to the point where, all right, this is going to lead to a lot of retail markets closing. All right, people about to lose jobs, people about to lose their homes. Okay, people can't find ways to make ends meet, because everything is so damn expensive. All right, which is going to lead to famine. All right, there should be no. Let's just get that. 2nd Ezra 6 and 22. Okay, because there's not gonna be no damn food on the shelves, man. And suddenly shall the sown places appear unsown; the full storehouses shall suddenly be found empty. Okay, so so your Krogers, your Publix, all right, your Aldis, okay, all your market big box retailers, okay, they all gonna be completely drained out of food, water, and supplies. All right, that's why the scripture says famine. All right, famine means a lack of bread. Okay, just how it was a famine in Egypt, there's gonna be a famine in spiritual modern day Sodom and Egypt, which is America, Babylon the Great. Okay, you're not be able to go to the stores and just look around and see which brand of Alfredo sauce you want to get, man, because there's gonna be no damn Alfredo sauce. All right, you're not gonna be able to go to Jake is not gonna be able to go to the frozen now and see what damn flavor of Hot Pockets you want to get, because there's not gonna be no damn Hot Pockets, or what flavor of Doritos he wants that day. All right, because suddenly shall the full storehouses shall. It says the storehouses shall suddenly be found empty, because it's gonna happen from one minute to another. All right, just like how we see it in the movies. Okay, just stores getting ravished, man. And that's what's gonna be one of the first things that's gonna be completely ravished in these times when there's no food. It's gonna be the grocery stores. Okay, the pharmacies. All right, because people think about what they're gonna eat. See, America is it's a fat pig. It's a very gluttonous. There's a spirit of gluttony all over America. That's why there's so many damn restaurants everywhere, especially down here in South Florida, Miami. A lot of restaurants, a lot of stores. All right, and if that's not enough, then they got Uber Eats, or they got DoorDash, whatever the case may be, man. Whatever it is, all right, it's a lot of consuming going on over here in Babylon the Great, especially in Florida. Okay, and it was so good that going back to the real estate market, and Salak, I keep talking about it, but it's crucial, because that was a sign that America, especially Babylon, it was doing good. There was an article, I believe, that came out that said that I think it's like $12 billion that transferred from New York down to Florida. Okay, so there's a lot of money that's been invested in Florida, and now we're starting to see all that money getting taken out, because people can't afford to live. All right, I'm reading it again, 2nd Ezra chapter 6 and 22. And suddenly shall the sown places be appear unsown. the full storehouses shall suddenly be found empty. Okay, so from one minute to the other, there's just going to be no food left on the shelves, man, which is going to lead to famine. All right, cannibalism. All right, humans eating one another. This is Revelation chapter 6, verse 6. And I heard a voice in the midst of the four beasts say, a measure of wheat for a penny, and 3 measures of barley for a penny. And see thou hurt not the oil and the wine. Alright, I want to get that in the NLT. It says, and I heard a voice from among the 4 living beings, a loaf of wheat bread or 3 loaves of barley will cost a day's pay. And don't waste the olive oil and wine. Alright, so that's how expensive things are going to get. Alright, where a loaf of wheat or bread or 3 loaves of barley will cost a day's pay. Alright, so there you have it. Alright, so this is prophecy that's going to be fulfilled. Okay, and seeing signs like this, okay, it shows that we at the end to further establish what the prophecy that we're all waiting for, which is the MOTB, all right, the RFID microchip, the mark of the, the mark of the beast. All right, so, this is prophecy that's going to be fulfilled. All right, these are the times that we're in, and we're seeing it with signs like these, such as the real estate market in America, because Salaki in Florida, because Florida was that golden cow for investors. All right, but we're seeing how things are changing over here in Florida, and how it's an omen of what's going to happen to the rest of Babylon the Great America. All right, because there's going to be an economic crash that's going to happen over here in America, which is going to be a precursor for the MOTB, the RFID microchip, which we're all waiting on. Okay, and hey, call line by Shimon Shad, man. All right, so that's all I wanted to get. All right, just keep watching, keep spiritually watching, keep looking at these headlines, because we in those times in which a lot of stuff is about to get ready to change. All right, this devil knows that he got a short time, so the kingdom is coming very soon. All right, with that, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahawashi, Bahashim, Akakadash. On to the next one. Shalom.